the Southeast Iowa Union Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Today's top story, the motocross event at the Washington County Fair was meant to be a fun bookend after a week of intense work by fair organizers and participants. Shortly after 11 p.m., however, an accident happened, injuring an adult woman and 2 children. 2 patients on the west side of the dirt track were struck by something from the track. An entry in the Washington police log from July 22nd said, Jordan Graham, the husband of the woman who was injured and father of one of the children, said it happened while he was gearing up for his own next race. We were on the opposite side of the track and I had no idea anything had happened until I saw a bunch of EMTs running that direction. I was then called on the intercom to come up to the sign-up shed. It was extremely scary. Graham said his wife and child were recovering from the injuries after their discharge from the University of Iowa hospitals. We're at a state now where I've got everybody home. I'm monitoring my wife as she's recovering from the brain bleed. My son's home as well. He's got a cast pretty much all the way up to his pelvis from his left leg. So as of right now, I'm just watching for any activity that's abnormal. Graham said he was frustrated with the rider who lost control of their bike, who he said left the scene after the accident. He got on a bike, went back to the pits, and took off, not with one concern of anything that happened or who he hurt. The status of the second child mentioned in the police report was not immediately available. The motocross show continued after medical transport left the scene, according to Fair Board Vice President Kurt Dahlmeyer, who said the board had no comment on the incident. Medical responders on the scene said they could not discuss the accident. Moving on now, the City of Washington will now require staff trained for commercial driver's license, CDLs, to stay with the city for a number of years or pay back the cost of the license fees. The resolution said employees would pay back 100% of the cost if they left within a year of obtaining the license, or 50% if they left within 2 years. McCusker said the high demand for CDLs in other industries made them a valuable commodity with a risk of pulling new city staff away. Sometimes we pay the cost and then they get their certification and then they turn in their employment with us and go someplace else. They take that license with them, so we want to invest in them and in turn want them to invest in us. The city implemented an agreement with the same language for its staff trained in other areas with a separate resolution covering water and wastewater certifications. We do pay for them to take the classes, the testing. It's $100 or less, but we do make employees more valuable when they get the certificate. We want to make sure that if we're giving them costs for their certification, they're going to in turn give us some employment. Both resolutions passed with unanimous approval at the July 19th Washington City Council meeting. It is now time for obituaries. Gene Smith of Farmington passed away on July 18th at the age of 90. Service will be held at 6 p.m. July 28th at Schmidt's Funeral Home. Bobby Jean Coop Coughlin of Salem passed away July 22nd at the age of 57. Murphy Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Patricia Rose Steffensmeyer of St. Paul passed away on July 22nd at the age of 81. A massive Christian burial will be held at 10:30 July 29th at St. James the Less Catholic Church. Schmidt's Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Richard A. Tolander of Ankeny passed away on July 12th at the age of 93. Service will be held at 10:30 July 29th at the First United Methodist Church. Kimsey Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Thelma Irene Shy of Fairfield passed away on July 21st at the age of 90. Service will be held at 11 a.m. July 26th at the Home Funeral Home. Home Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. J.C. Lee Cook of Fairfield passed away on July 23rd at the age of 79. A celebration of life will be held from 3 to 5 p.m. August 6th at the VFW. Mary Lou Hart Lokes of Fairfield passed away on July 22nd at the age of 82. Service will be 10:30 a.m. July 26th at the Lux Park Family Cemetery. We're going to take a brief commercial break, and when we come back, we will have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
Welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Union Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for the weather. It is currently 75 degrees and cloudy. The clouds will remain as temperatures drop throughout the rest of the day, with temps falling to 66 degrees this evening and 62 degrees overnight. There's also a chance of rain overnight, but only a 45% chance. The clouds will stick around for another day, with conditions remaining relatively the same, although a bit warmer with temperatures reaching 80 degrees. On Wednesday, the sun will peek out and the temperatures will rise to 86 degrees, but expect it to remain mostly cloudy. On Thursday, there is a chance of showers in the morning, then it will become partly cloudy in the afternoon. Looking ahead to the weekend, Friday, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 81 degrees. Saturday will be slightly warmer with the high being 84 degrees. However, expect more cloud cover, and then temperatures will continue to rise, with Sunday's high being 86 degrees, along with partly cloudy skies. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
The New London Tigers captured the program's first state baseball championship with a thrilling 8-7 victory over unblemished number 1 seed Remsen St. Mary's on Friday. A team that fell in last year's quarterfinal round and lost just one senior from last year's state tournament team climbed the mountain and gained Class 1A supremacy. You couldn't ask much more from a championship final. After a hot start with the Hawks, New London clawed its way back on top before the championship came down to the final at bat. After holding a commanding 8-4 lead, the Tigers' advantage began to slip away as the Hawks found themselves within one. It was bottom of the 7th with bases loaded. Following a walk, error, and intentional walk, Remsen had them loaded with just one out. New London's back was against the wall, but they did not waver. After the Hawks tried converting a squeeze bunt, which went foul, New London closer Cooper Schulte had the Hawks' Alex Schroeder right where he wanted him. With an 0-2 count and a state title on the line, Schroeder sent a dribbler right back to Schulte, who threw the ball back to the catcher Tucker Gabar for the force out and then gunned the ball to Carter Allen at first for the 1-2-3 double play, sealing the state title. The Hawks had not allowed 8 runs in a single game all season long and had allowed just 3 in each of their 6 postseason games entering the championship. I always say this is not only a team, this is a family, Josh Cottola said. That's why we play really good baseball. Everybody is on the same page. Everybody is pushing each other. We are family. The Tigers will graduate 9 seniors from the championship squad. It's been great, Camden Castle said. Everybody gets along, and even this whole week has been memorable. It's a great group of guys that are more than willing to put in work to get the job done. I'm just extremely thankful I was given the opportunity. The win not only caps off the legacy of a stellar senior squad, it also marks the closing of a chapter for the coaches Brad Helmerson and Justin Schulte. The two have been integral in the development of New London baseball for a plethora of years. The duo go out on top. That is the news for Washington and the surrounding area. This has been the Southeast Iowa Union Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens, and I will see you next time.